Well, coffee remains, but still. Coffee remains in one of the most questioned thing on the planet. Old coffee. Blech. Nothing like fresh coffee. Nothing must stand in the way of a good coffee. Ah. So much stress on my shoulder. Wow. I can really use a massage right now. I'm gonna put some more water into this because, well, I'm going through all of it. Sorry, Rasta, I can't read from this far. So hold on to that thought. So what are you telling me? Zero sugar. Do you want some? Rasaban, do you want some coffee? I made a ton. Well, a ton is discutable because it's a small coffee machine. It's a 4 doses, but it's like a European dosage. So for us, our mug, it's like 2. But I'm having my coffee black and I hold to that. It's very weird how water is giving me energy. I'm gonna keep this ear clean because I want to hear the oven when you start preheating. So it's not ready yet, so I can give you one right now. Super extreme rapidly post. I call Post Canada. They come right here and they flew one flight just to send you the cup of coffee. So you've discovered that the real enemy is not Siren, but a Reaper called Sovereign. Aspation worship is Terminus power. Something is usual. Siren is salute from them. The key to uprising near the Reaper invasion on the galaxy. Well, man, that doesn't say me how to go look. Funny thing, if you put the game in French, the name of the enemy is anyway, it's the name of a farmer, But not the one who's taking the crops, the one who are running the farm, I guess. Anyway, and the name of the enemy that you fight, not the Gauss enemy, but the Reaper enemy, is called well, the name of the people who actually bring the farm, the crops. So it's like les récolteurs. So I was looking at a video the other day, and the guy was doing a joke video about that, and he was saying like at the end of the presentation of this army, he said, well, fuck, put the game in English right away. Because the translation of this game is bull crap. Oh my god, that's one of the worst, not the worst, but one of the worst translation of game. Far from the worst though. The French translator should not literally, of course, not literally. Change job at least.
There is no right choice for something like that.
Yeah.
I just hope I never have to go through it again.
No, I'm not blaming you, Commander. I mean, it's hard, you know?
Saren's still out there, Joker. Hold it together. We need you.
Don't worry, I won't let you down. I want to be there when you make that son of a bitch pay.
There's just one thing, I don't have my timer anymore. So I'm going to bring it back to 12:50. Yes, that's right, les moissonneurs. Yes, it's like the guy that actually planting crops in French is called the moissonneurs, and the one who are recolting the crops are les récolteurs, and well, the enemy are called les moissonneurs in French, and the big head and the minions are les récolteurs. So that's one of the worst translations I ever saw in my life. Far from the, like I said, far from the worst actually, but that's scratching the ears to hear that thing. Oh. Thanks, Rasta, for bringing that to me. I having blank. Shepherd's Locker. MothBall Shepherd. Medigel 0, what the fuck? You took 0 Medigel, but you take something.
I've been thinking about Saren. I actually feel a little sorry for him now.
Become a slave to the Reapers and he can't even see it.
Yeah.
He is trapped inside his own mind. Part of him senses his identity slowly being swallowed up by Sovereign, but he is powerless to stop it. I wonder how he first fell into Sovereign's trap. Did he think he could somehow stop the Reapers from returning? Or was he simply driven by a lust for power and glory?
I'm too much inside the game, I answer the character.
He has to be stopped.
Yes, I suppose you're right. He may be Sovereign's victim, but he is also a threat to all life as we know it. Let's not spend every free minute talking about Saren. It is bad enough we are chasing him across the galaxy.
You had a warning when you first connect to this stream saying that it's intended for a mature audience. I didn't want to take any risk.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors misinformation about my people.
I know.
Like what?
Or not.
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
That's disgusting. Nope.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved,
What?
but it is not an essential element of the union. The true
Are we really
connection
discussing this?
Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits onto our daughters.
Wow.
It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
That's actually sound really nice.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species
Sex?
live as long as ours.
Asari
We've
version.
learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the
Well,
inevitable loss
we're
of our
at that point
partners.
of the life,
Instead,
people
we enjoy the
talking
time
about
we spend
sex.
with them. And
It's
even
all
after
coming
they're
together
gone,
now.
a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
It's kind of a
She
mix
rarely
between
spoke of
us
her
and some
partner.
animals, I guess.
Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Benezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common.
He's using the right
Not for the
word.
purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
How could anyone abandon their own child?
I cannot answer that. This is all speculation on my part. It is possible she wanted to be part of my life, but something happened to her before she had the chance. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld.
Yeah.
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then
C'est le fil
nothing
rouge de
has been
l'émission.
gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you, but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right.